Hey guys, welcome to Spooky Okie.
I'm Madison,
And I'm Catherine.
and today we have another Spooky Place episode. This time we're both doing a short story about a spooky place in Oklahoma.
Yep, I'm very excited. I've got a cool one.
Really? I have a cool one, but it's very short. I couldn't find hardly anything. It doesn't even take a full page of notes, and I was like, that's okay.
It's
We'll
a
talk.
short place. We said short story.
That's true. We did say short stories. We're each picking a short spooky place story.
Yes.
And I took that to heart. It is very short.
I think I ended up finding a little bit more that made mine just a tad longer, but not it's not a long one.
Okay. Well, good. This comes out on Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, spooky season in December.
Ooh, it's always spooky season in our souls.
It's always spooky. Yes, it's always spooky season. By the way, my voice sounds a little funky because I've had a cold or upper respiratory crud something this week. We were supposed to actually record this episode last week, but I had to cancel because I was not feeling too great. So
yeah.
Sorry that I don't sound too great either right now, but it is what it is.
Should we like
we should get started on our stories?
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna run out of time again. We've already run out of time once, so we haven't even done anything yet.
Stupid Zoom with their time limits.
I hate it. Come on, Zoom. Maybe Zoom can be a sponsor for us and just give us free Zoom.
That would be great.
I would be so happy. You hear that, Zoom?
I would be thrilled. Zoom, sponsor us.
For Christmas! Okay, I'm gonna start this story.
Okay.
Derailing quickly. Okay. So, I am going to tell the story of Ghost Hollow.
Ooh, Ghost Hollow. I've not heard of this.
Do you remember? Oh, no, you have. You sure have.
Oh, I have?
Because we went and tried to find it.
Oh, it's that place. Okay.
The one we couldn't find.
Okay.
So you've heard of it, I promise.
Okay, gotcha.
We've been there, maybe. We've driven by it. We just didn't know where to stop. So
okay, but it was the place too that. All right, maybe you're gonna mention it. The place where we both felt weird. That one?
Was it that one?
I thought we felt like, yeah, that was the one where we didn't know where to stop, but two, we felt like we should not stop. Like we both felt bad.
You're right. I forgot about that. Okay, we can talk about that at the end. We can talk about our experience of going there.
Okay.
Because I forgot. Honestly, my memory is horrible. I can remember the most like random facts. I can remember songs from years ago. Like I can remember things that are completely useless. Things about my personal life, I forget immediately. Like
I remember those.
You remember those?
I got us on that. I get the personal experiences. So
I can't remember them to save my life. The amount of times that people have been like, do you remember when we did this? And I'm like, no, I have no recollection of that at all. Not a bit. Like I cannot remember anything that has ever happened in my entire life. Like it is ridiculous. I immediately forget everything. And then I'm like, That's hilarious. That? We went there? This happened?
Yep.
What?
Sure enough.
I don't remember anything. But I do remember that we went here. I just don't remember anything about it or where it was or how we felt. So let's get started.
Okay.
Here is the story of Ghost Hollow. And my sources are terryreed.com, The Oklahoman, and seeksghosts.blogspot.com. So this is going to be very short. So feel free to jump in with anything you can think of because, wow, I have like 10 bullet points and that's it. I didn't realize how short this was until I just scrolled down. Yikes. Okay. Here we go. So, Ghost Hollow is located near the town of Ripley, and it's just across the Cimarron River. It's about 7 miles west of Cushing. So,
and when you mean just across the river, she means just across the river, like basically on the bank of the river.
The road that you drive on, you're like, I am about to fall into the river.
Yes.
Fun fact about Ripley. I once filmed a movie there. Yeah. I was in a movie there.
What?
I had to play tennis for the entire day, and I've never played tennis in
Oh,
my
was
life.
that one? Okay.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Like, it was a fun day. However, let's get back to the spooky stuff. So, on windy nights, people report hearing moans coming from a large oak tree in Ghost Hollow.
Ooh.
Ooh, which the skeptic in me says that's probably the wind. But
I know.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But the area does have a really dark history. Like, there's a lot of things that have happened there. The first rumored death was so long ago that we don't know the exact time frame.
Okay.
We don't have any evidence of it, and I'm a little hesitant to even mention it, but this is the story as told by locals.
Okay.
With zero evidence.
So part urban
zero
legend
timeline
kind of
it's,
thing.
Probably fully urban legend.
Legend. Okay.
Yeah. So, according to local legend, as my bullet says, a young Native American girl ran away to marry a white man. And when her father found them, they were in Ghost Hollow. He attempted to shoot the man, but instead he missed, and the bullet hit his daughter, who died.
Yikes.
So, yeah, not great.
Not
so
good.
according So according to locals, this put a curse on the area.
Okay.
Because there always has to be a curse.
There has to be a curse.
Yeah. Yeah. So she was 17 years old, apparently, which I'm like, well, obviously he was trying to get her. She's underage. Like, bring that child underage. Home. Yeah.
He's like, you're not getting married.
No,
you ain't 18 yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk to me in a year. Come on. So she was 17 years old. So the curse states that every 17 years, someone will die there. Which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Very spooky though.
Very spooky.
I don't know what year this supposedly happened in though, so I can't check those facts. Like, I want to look up and see, like, did it happen? Did something happen every 17 years? Like,
right.
There are some things later on that are 17 years apart. So
really? Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to it. So I'm like, well, maybe. I don't know. But those were really long ago, and like I haven't seen anything since then. So whatever. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Maybe somebody broke the curse back then. I don't know. We'll get to it. We'll chat about it when we get there.
Okay.
So the tree in the hollow was also used as a hanging tree. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so a lot of darkness surrounding the area.
Yeah.
In 1888, 3 horse thieves were lynched and left hanging in the tree.
Ugh,
and
that's not good.
I think before that, a quote-unquote gamester. Have you ever heard that term?
No.
It's somebody who runs like illegal games, I think. Like gambling and stuff. But it just seemed weird to me because I just picture somebody playing board games, and I'm like, I'm a gamester too. Yeah, I get it.
See, I pictured like a video gamer, and I'm like, well, that can't be it because that's not the right time frame.
Oh, no. I was thinking somebody's like playing Monopoly, like I don't know. So a quote unquote gamester was accused of gambling crooked and was hanged there as well. So yeah, they took their gaming very seriously, apparently.
They sure did.
Somebody was really cheating at Monopoly, man.
No, maybe it was Uno, because Uno was high stakes.
That's true. It was probably Uno.
It was Uno. It was the first death of Uno. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the last time I played Uno. I have not played Uno in probably a decade. Like, I don't know.
No, I haven't either. I
was probably in like high school or maybe college. I haven't played Uno in years.
I played Uno a few years ago with family, I think.
Okay. I always go for anagrams.
The game that I have played a lot recently is Egyptian Rat Screw or Egyptian Rat Race.
You taught me that one, but it's been like again, probably like a decade. Like, it's been a long, maybe not that long, but it's been a long time. It might have been that long.
I've taught it to some of my students, and so I have them play it in Spanish when they're done with their work.
Oh, fun.
Nice. And so they practice a few numbers and card games.
Yeah.
But I don't actually have them say the word ace right, because it just sounds like ass.
Oh,
And so,
yeah.
and so, because it's just us. And so I have them say ase, like it's as if it was the Spanish version of the word. So I don't totally have them do it correctly, but like that's gonna create problems.
You don't want to get in trouble though. Like that would not be good.
Yeah. Well, I'm not worried about me being in trouble. I'm worried about the kids like using it to say cuss words, and then I just have to write them up. And instead of it being fun, now it's
then it's no fun anymore.
It's no fun anymore because I had to write them up. But yeah, we played that and
okay.
So okay, back to the story.
Let's see. Games. Gamester. There we go. So there's nothing else about games. It doesn't get fun after this.
Doesn't get fun, okay.
No, sorry. So legend has it that an innocent man was hanged from the tree in 1887. And then the next day, all the bark had mysteriously fallen off the tree.
That's creepy.
Pretty spooky.
That is super spooky.
I know. That was a good one. So other deaths in the hollow include a skeleton discovered in the early 1900s. So we don't know when that was from.
Yeah.
And then another body found in 1922. And a fatal car accident in 1939. 17 years.
17 years.
So those are the only two things. Well, there are some old ones that are like give specific years, but like as of like more recent where there are actually like records kept about it, like those are the only two with specific years. But they happen to be 17 years apart.
That's spooky.
Realistically, they based the lore on that fact instead of that fact supporting the lore.
Yeah.
But we can just go with it.
We can go with it.
And pretend it's a spooky thing. So locals also say that the moans heard from the hollow, quote, raised the hair on their necks and made their hearts beat faster.
Oh my goodness. Spooky.
It's a little dramatic, but spooky. But it isn't only humans that are bothered by the eerie feeling of Ghost Hollow.
Oh, okay.
Which always makes me a little nervous because like animals know things.
They do know things. So I'm more believing of this if that's the case.
I'm buying into it now. So years ago, a local Boy Scout troop, I've also heard like a local like 4-H or FFA, but more places said Boy Scout troop, so I'm just gonna go with that one. But they were riding their horses through Ghost Hollow, which I didn't know Boy Scouts rode horses, but it could have been a long time ago. Who knows?
Maybe they were trying to get their horseback riding badge. I don't know. Maybe
has to be it. I know nothing about Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, so I don't know.
I just think get badges for different things like tent making or tent putting up and helping people and all that kind of stuff. Navigating.
I think I was in Girl Scouts when I was little.
Really?
Yeah.
I was never in Girl Scouts.
I remember going on a camping trip and having to sleep in a tent. Which sounds pretty horrible, to be honest. I never want to do it again.
When you said that, you're like, I remember going camping and having to sleep in a tent.
You know me. You know that is like worst case scenario for me. Like that sounds horrible. That is not how I want to spend my time at all. I do not want to be sleeping on the ground. You were telling your therapist
your childhood trauma.
That is my childhood trauma. Like I'm being really vulnerable here and I need you to respect that. Okay, no, it wasn't that bad.
That's hilarious.
Sorry. Okay, so anyway, I think I was in Girl Scouts. I gotta get back to this story. We're gonna run out of time again. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So much for our short stories.
Ridiculous. It's because I keep babbling about random things. as per usual. I'm literally on the next to last bullet though, so it's fine.
Okay.
So anyway, years ago, a local Boy Scout troop who also probably had to sleep in tents, and I guarantee at least one of them is now, well, was traumatized as an adult for having to sleep in a tent. But they were riding their horses through Ghost Hollow, as you do as a Boy Scout. And all of their horses got spooked. That's it. That's the story.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
Ooh,
yeah.
Spooky.
Spooky. That's all I got. But locals also report that during full moons, the tree will glow brightly.
Oh, okay. You mean
which
like a tree that has no bark? That has no bark, and so the moon is shining on the tree? Okay.
This entire story, every single bullet point, I've been like, I think that's a normal thing. Like, I don't think there's anything spooky about this, but people swear by it. Like, they say it's spooky. They call it Ghost Hollow, and we got kind of nervous there. Like,
when we got there was a specific section. We couldn't find the specific ghost tree.
I think it may be gone at this point.
Yeah, there were several that like was like, maybe that's it. But the whole time we were there, because we were like, well, I guess we could just ghost hunt in the area. And neither one of us wanted to get out of the car. We did not feel good about getting out of the car. We did not feel safe in that area. We felt like something would have gone wrong. Like, I remember feeling the specific feeling of, if I get out of the car, something's going to happen that's bad.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I didn't want to get out. Like, as soon as we turned onto the road, like, I don't remember a lot of specifics, but I remember as soon as we turned onto the road and started driving down that direction toward it, I was like, this is not good. We shouldn't be here.
No. Yeah, it was like, this is not a good spot.
Wasn't there? Is this the place where there was like an abandoned car?
Yes, there was an abandoned car on that road.
Almost like in the river.
It looked like it could fall into the river any second. It looked super sketchy. Like, if you investigated, there might be a body in there. Like, we did not go investigate because we were not about to find that body.
No. I'm also not going to mess up a crime scene. So somebody else can deal with that.
Yeah. We did not feel good about it. The second that we left that area and got back on the highway, like, we both just kind of, like, we both were relieved.
Yeah. It was spooky. But I didn't feel like it was spooky in like a ghost way. I felt like it was spooky in a like human,
like, this is not a safe place. Like, there will be physical harm, not spooky harm.
Right.
Not a ghost. Like, this is not a safe place for me as a human being, because another human being might do something.
Yes, exactly. That's how I felt too. So we listened to our guts and got out of there.
Always listen to your guts.
Yes. Your instincts are right. Just listen to them.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And that's the story of Ghost Hollow.
All right. Yay.
Very anticlimactic. Not that much happens, but there you go. There's the basics about Ghost Hollow. Your turn.
My turn. Okay. I am talking about the Cherokee Strip Museum.
I keep seeing this on the list, but I never read anything about it. Like, I keep seeing it on every single list about haunted places, but I haven't looked into it yet. I'm so glad you're doing this one. I've been really curious about it.
Yes. So, just saying, you know how we said we were not going to buy each other Christmas presents?
Right. We were going to go do something.
I think this should be our something.
Okay. Cool.
It's a little bit of a pricier gift than we normally get each other, but not by a ton.
Okay.
For splitting it. So, okay.
Is it but we'll somewhere get to that. You stay? Like what? Okay, we'll get to it. It's all good.
We'll get to it. Okay, so my sources are, before I forget, because I always forget. My sources are csmalva.org. No, hold on, let me try that again.
CSM Alva.
Sorry.
I was like, that's not it.
No. csmalva.org. Let'sroam.com. Sorry, it's been a hot minute since I've looked at the sources.
Dude, I was like, I don't remember any of this story. And next week's episode is going to be even worse because it's like a long story. And I did it 2 weeks ago and I have no idea. I don't remember it at all.
I at least remember my story. I don't remember my sources.
I don't remember either of my stories. We just talked about this. Personal life, it happens and it's gone. Like, I can't retain any of it. So I was like, I don't know what stories I'm doing. I'm about to find out. We're all about to find out together.
We're all about to find out. It's new for everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So let'sroam.com, okmag.com, northwesternnews.rangerpulse.com, hauntedhovel.com, and hauntedplaces.org.
Okay. Very nice.
So the Cherokee Strip Museum is in Alva, Oklahoma, which is why we were laughing about me saying my source wrong, because it's CSM Alva, like the town.
Yeah. Like Cherokee Strip Museum, Alva.
Yeah. It's in the northwest part of the state. It's also where Northwestern Oklahoma University is. Northwestern Oklahoma State University is in Oklahoma. The building that is now the Cherokee Strip Museum was built in 1932. It was originally the Alva General Hospital.
Ooh, hospital. Okay.
The hospital was used until 1972, and it closed due to another hospital opening. It was the Share Memorial Hospital that opened. And so the first hospital was abandoned.
Okay.
6 years later, it was turned into the Cherokee Strip Museum. So the museum actually still contains items from its time as a hospital. So they have actual like rooms that are still from being surgical units and stuff like that. Yeah. Now from what I've read, it seems like the top 2 floors of the building are closed off, like they're boarded up and you can't go up there. But apparently there's still like surgical units up there. But they have a lot of the surgical and just hospital, like just different artifacts and stuff. I don't know what all they have, but I just know they have original items from the hospital.
Okay.
They also have Native American artifacts from that area, as well as historical items from the camp that housed German prisoners of war during World War II.
Okay. Interesting.
So during World War II, Oklahoma was home to 8 prisoner of war compounds, one of which was constructed in Alva.
One of which was also in Kanawha.
One of which was in Kanawha. These compounds held more than 20,000 captive German soldiers, and Camp Alva was the maximum security camp for Nazis and Nazi sympathizers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Although the hospital wasn't known to have a particularly bad record, like there wasn't any like, oh, this hospital was notorious for having the most deaths or anything like that.
Right.
But there's still, any hospital is going to have its people that die in it from a surgery.
Right. Yeah.
So
especially
it's believed
back then.
that it's believed that some of the spirits that reside there are from failed operations.
Okay.
Others are thought to be the spirits of German prisoners of war that resided in Alva that are connected to the artifacts in the museum. And there's also said to be some Native American spirits that are connected to the Native American artifacts in the museum.
Okay. Lots of spirits, lots of connections.
Lots of connections. All right. The paranormal activity is said to have started when the renovation started on the building that turned it into the museum.
They always start with the renovations.
Yep. So some of the experiences include a piano playing on its own with no one in the room, your favorite.
I love that so much. I love it. I think it's so cool.
Strange lights and orbs are particularly seen around the Native American artifacts.
Okay.
So they're seen elsewhere too, but like particularly in that area, people report seeing lights and orbs, and they even see them on the security cameras.
Okay, cool.
This is my favorite.
Okay.
And it's kind of gory.
Love it.
A blood stain that reappears no matter how many times it is cleaned.
I love that and also hate that so much. Can you imagine the poor cleaners coming in every night to try to clean and they're like, it's back. Can you imagine being a new person and like panicking? Like a new cleaner, you just started working there and you come in and just see like a blood stain and you're like, what happened? That's crazy. And you clean it up and then the next night it's back.
Yeah.
And like you didn't expect that. Ooh, what a terrible shock starting a new job.
Right? I love it though. There is apparently a ghost of a military soldier and a ghost of a little girl that roam the halls.
Oh, okay.
This one is very common for any spooky place. Fully charged electronic equipment will die shortly after coming into the building.
Yeah, the usual.
This one we both hate. Shadow figures.
I hate them so much. Oh, I hate them so much. Give me a piano playing ghost any day.
Oh, yes. And they also hear phantom footsteps in the museum. So Elaine Graybill, who was the business manager at the Cherokee Strip Museum as of 2022, I don't know about if she still works there, says that one of the hot spots is the emergency room area. There's been a lot of activity in that area. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So they've had a lot of paranormal investigations there, and she said that museum staff has experienced some strange phenomena. During a paranormal investigation in 2016, the security guard spotted unexplained floating orbs on surveillance footage.
Mm-hmm.
She said, we watched that footage constantly that evening. That was my first hint that maybe there was something actually going on here.
Ooh, spooky.
Northwestern employee Alicia Hall even recalls a scary incident that happened to her. When she was in the 8th grade, the museum had decorated for the Festival of Trees, and I was with a group of my friends by the post office section of the museum, and I saw a person with red hair. But it looked like one of the old mannequins, so I looked away for maybe a few seconds, and when I looked back, the figure was gone.
Ooh. Also, what's the Festival of Trees?
I don't know. I didn't look it up, but I kind of want to know.
I'm on it. Oh, it's like a really common thing in lots of towns.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's just like they decorate trees. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's exactly what you would think it is. It's decorating Christmas trees.
Okay. Oh, okay. She said, I asked my friends if they saw it, and they replied, do you mean the person with red hair? She said it was one of the creepiest experiences she's ever had in the museum. Yeah.
Spooky.
So another person had a ghostly experience. She said, sorry, I don't know who this person is. It says Smith, and I don't remember who that person is.
It's Smith.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
It's Smith. Okay.
They're just really cool, and they go by Smith. No other names needed. Yeah. Yeah.
No. She said, in the many years I have been here, I have only experienced 2 encounters. I was on the 2nd floor by the nurse's station and noticed that one of our pictures was lying on the floor by the desk, but there was no broken glass, and the picture couldn't have just fallen off the wall because we have cement walls and the pictures are screwed in with sawtooth hangers.
Oh, okay.
At the time, I thought that somebody was messing with me, but the people I asked swore they had nothing to do with it, so I just shrugged it off. Also, if somebody was actually playing a prank, they would eventually let you in on it.
Yeah.
Because they'd be laughing. Like, they would be like, ha, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't get that satisfaction if you don't actually say you're the one messing with somebody.
Right. Because eventually they don't talk about it anymore. Like, it's not fun anymore. It goes away.
It's not fun anymore if you don't say anything. Because then you can't be like, hey, remember that time? Because
right.
then it's not funny. When I really got just the time they were. She said about a week later, I noticed that the same.
Sorry, you were frozen, and I was about to say something, but then you unfroze. So I was like, oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay.
You're good. Sorry.
About a week later, I noticed that the same picture had fallen. Once again, there was no broken glass and no sign that it had naturally fallen.
Weird.
I have not had any other experiences since then, but we always get investigators that say there is definitely paranormal activity here.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So on the haunted places site, they had a section for comments, and so I'm going to read some of the comments from people who have been there.
I love the comments.
So, okay, this one I actually really love. It's so creepy, and this is awesome. Okay. I really hope this is true, because this is incredible. We're going to have to look for it when we go.
Okay.
This person, Hank, says, I was on the second floor alone, and the phone at the nurse reception area rang once. It does not have a dial, and it did have a cord attached to it, but the telephone switchboard is part of the museum, so it is not clear what could have caused it to ring. It's not connected.
Yeah, it's not connected
to something
to
that can make it ring.
Ooh.
I asked the people downstairs, and they said that they had not and could not ring it. They've tried. They can't get it to ring.
Yeah.
It did unsettle me a bit, and I left the top floor after that.
Yeah, I would too. Goodness. That's spooky.
Yeah. Kellen says, I was investigating here with my crew, and a doll in the nursing part of the hospital moved. Apparently there's a doll room.
Why is there a doll room?
Lots of people will say it's creepy. I don't know.
Obviously, it's a doll room. Of course it's creepy.
Ooh. We also heard footsteps in the second floor hallway, and no one was there. I took pictures on my camera, and all were mysteriously deleted.
Ooh, that's spooky. That would be so frustrating to be like, dude, I just got the best picture ever. Then it's just gone.
Yeah. And it's gone. So on the website, they have links to 4 different investigations that have taken place there. I tried to click on them, and I couldn't really, I don't know if it was on my side that it wasn't working, but I tried to get more information from those sites, and I didn't get a whole lot of new information. One of them the link didn't work. But they rent out the building for investigations.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So I believe it's 2 out. You can rent it out for 2 hours in the evening. They only do 1 investigation per night. I think it said it's 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Okay. Cool.
In the evening. And it's $100 to rent it out.
Merry Christmas to us.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I'm cool. We could do that.
We could do that. That'll be so fun.
It's not like the one that I saw in, was it Mississippi? That was $500 a night.
It was insane. We were like, oh, we could go do that on our road trip. No, we sure cannot.
No, we sure cannot. I can afford $500 a night, but $100 between the 2 of us, we can do.
We could do that. Yeah. I feel like we need a camera person this time. It was so much better with a camera person.
Yeah. Oh, we should get a camera person. Yeah, we should have somebody come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. But we should definitely do that and check it out, because it sounds cool. And we need to get a lot more digital recorders for that place.
Yes. Okay. We can do that.
Because I think it'd be cool to have one where the piano is, one where the phone is, the doll room,
yeah. That'll be so fun.
Have a recorder in all these different places as we're moving around.
Yeah.
So
let's do it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
It'll be great.
But I think you can have up to they said an amount. You can have up to a certain amount of people.
Okay, great.
For the
so we could bring somebody to help us. We'll have to rope somebody into it.
Yeah. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. Fun. Oh, I'm excited. That's so cool.
All right. Well, that is the Cherokee Strip Museum in Alva, Oklahoma.
So spooky. Great job.
Thank you. I liked that one.
Christmas
I'm
episode.
ready to go.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm in. I'm always in. Every time you're like, we should go, I'm like, yes. I don't care where it is. Let's go.
All right.
This was our Christmas episode. Crazy.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes. Hope you guys had a great Christmas.
All right. Make sure if you like this episode that you rate and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all the places. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on all the platforms. On Instagram, we are Spooky Okie Podcast, right?
Yep, that's right. You got it. You're nailing it. You're doing great
this time.
I'm so proud of you.
It only took a year and a half for me to figure it out. Let's see. If you
keep going, you're doing great.
If you have any spooky places, recommendations that you want us to talk about, any true crime stories that you want us to share, make sure to send those suggestions to spookyokiepodcast@gmail.com. Did I get it right again?
Nailed it. Nailed it. Roll. You were doing so good. I'm just sitting back and watching, like proud mom moment.
Support us on Patreon. I don't know that one.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna link it below.
Oh
yes,
it's gonna be in the
but it'll be linked below in the show notes.
It'll be linked below. Make sure you support us on Patreon, become patrons of the show, so that we can do fun things like go to the Cherokee Strip Museum and do an investigation. You will see investigations like that on Patreon, so make sure that you subscribe to Patreon so you can get all the extra spooky content.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right, that has been our Christmas episode, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys have a great Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate around this time of the year.
Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for listening and stay spooky.
Stay spooky.